Hi everyone, it's Amy Brookes of the Intuitive Rising here with your weekly collective guidance. First off, I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Canadians. This is Thanksgiving weekend here. We've had absolutely beautiful weather and it's been really nice. So it's just me and my, a nuclear family, my immediate family here with us, but we still made it the best that we could. So I'm very grateful for my health, for my family's health, for the roof over our heads and the food in our bellies, as well as to all of you, my past and present and future clients and soul connections that I've made in the space. So I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving if you are Canadian as well, and if not, I'm grateful for you still too. So today I am here to give us our collective guidance for this coming week, the 10th to the 16th of October, 2021. And I've already gone ahead and pulled the cards. Same as last week in the sense that I used tarot, and also that we got two reverse cards. But again, that's okay. Reverse cards are often just a new perspective, a heads up, a way to look at something, to bring awareness of something to us. So first of all, the card that comes up for us is the Four of Wands. Okay, the wands all have to do, this is based on the element of fire. Even in the picture, you can see that there is fire here. So the wands represent fire, and fire represents creativity, creating that spark, that initiation. It also can represent energy and having the energy to start something new, as well as bringing lightness to darkness. Okay, so when it comes in reversed here, what this is saying is that we may be feeling a little bit of a sense of loneliness. Perhaps, this being Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, perhaps some of you have not been able to be around family. Perhaps you've been a little bit lonely. I know I have. Yesterday was feeling a little bit down in the dumps just because we don't have any family close by where we live currently. So I resonate with this card very, very much. So perhaps some of you also felt that way, a little bit lonely. This also can represent feeling like maybe a lack of belonging. So maybe you're just not really sure where you fit anymore. Maybe with this changing kind of societal climate, I will say, I'll leave it at that. Perhaps you're kind of feeling like you don't belong. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit alienated from other people that once were in your circle, that once were very close to you. So this can represent a sense of like lacking security as well. So you might just feel a little unsure this week, okay, or just in general for this month. The guidance that comes through for you to combat this, because remember, wands represent fire, so we're bringing lightness to the dark. So how can we combat these feelings of uncertainty, loneliness, perhaps a sense of not belonging or not really knowing where you fit anymore? This is encouragement for you to think outside the box in terms of what family means. So family isn't just blood, right? So it can be our soul family, our very close friends. It can be our friends on the internet, because let's face it, a lot of us have very, very close friends and connections that we've made. Sorry about the noise upstairs. That we've made through our friendships, that we've met through the internet. Okay, so don't sorry about that. Try to think outside the box, okay? So maybe we are not close to our nuclear family right now, but we have wonderful friends, or, we have wonderful connections. So kind of think about, focus not just on what you're lacking in terms of connection, in all the obvious ways maybe, and think about the ways that you are blessed with certain connections. It could be like your very best friend you've had forever, and how grateful you are to have that friend. It could be your pet. It could be your neighbor, somebody you're just getting to know. Regardless, focus on the connections that you do have and the ones that are supporting you, the ones that are here with you now, rather than a focus on the lack of what we don't have. Okay, so that's very timely considering this is a holiday weekend, and we're still in a pandemic and people may not be able to be together. So focus on that. Also create a sense of home in your environment. So make things cozy. Make things cozy. There's so much to be said about making your surroundings feel like a reflection of yourself, right? So whatever you can do to make your environment feel more like you, to represent more of you, then do that, okay? So perhaps do a little bit of redecorating, or maybe create an art piece, or anything that you can do to kind of infuse more of you in your environment will be helpful for you this week as well. Okay, second card that comes up for us is the Queen of Pentacles. Again, reverse. Pentacles represents tangible material resources, can be finances, can be actual I meant to say it can be finances, it can be our resources, it can be our material things, okay? The reverse, when it comes up reverse, what this can be telling us that we may be a little bit envious. We may be feeling a little bit of envy, which goes so well with the message of this card, right? The guidance from Spirit around this is that right now we may be placing a bit too much importance on the things that we have, the tangible things, the money in our bank, the car in our driveway, the expensive clothes in our closet, whatever it is. We might want to think about, get really real with ourselves this week about how much of our worth is tied into those things. And if tomorrow you didn't have any of those things, how would you feel? Okay. So yeah, this feeling of enviness comes in this week. And I've been reading this book this weekend about the psychology of the sun and the moon in astrology. And it's been so interesting to me. And it talks a lot about the mythology, around the sun and the moon and in our collective. And one of the things it brought up about envy is how important an emotion envy actually is. Because envy tells us what we want and what is possible for us. So it's not a negative emotion per se. It would be negative if you felt that and then you didn't do anything about it, perhaps, right? That would weigh heavy. In this book, it talks about your solar journey. So your sun sign in astrology, which most of us know what our sun sign is, that's like our mainstream astrology sign, right? Is really doesn't represent a set of behaviors. It represents kind of like a path that you at some soul level are meant to take, okay? And so envy is a very solar type energy. So in this book, she explains that when we feel envy, it is an expression. It's like a message, a download from this solar energy within us, this kind of soul path that's telling us what we really want and what we're capable of, which really ties in and validates exactly how I feel about messages within the soul. So if you're feeling envy this week, it's okay. Have some grace with yourself. Don't judge yourself for feeling that way. Know that envy is actually a positive thing. It's telling you what you would like, what's probably very, very much meant for you, what you're capable of. So take envy in that sense. But I just feel very much as if we will be maybe experiencing some feelings of envy this week. and tying up our material, our worth in material things, or maybe we're viewing other people's stuff, maybe we're seeing other people's homes or their family dinners or their family gatherings and their cars and their nice clothes and all those things, and we might be feeling a sense of lack and envy, right? These cards go so well together. Some guidance that comes through around this is, please take care of yourselves. When we are feeling ungrounded, when we're feeling really, really in our head, and disconnected from ourselves, because really, if you're feeling a sense of unworthiness, that would suggest that you're kind of in your head, thinking about what you should have rather than what you do have and what you are. Okay, not who you should be, what you are right now. You're worthy where you are right now with what you have right now. Okay, so take care of yourselves. When we're feeling ungrounded, it means we are disconnected from ourselves. So, what can we do to get grounded? Take really good care of our bodies in terms of eating, what we put into our bodies, movement, doing something that we enjoy. This card suggested kind of making our surroundings reflect us a bit more. That will certainly help with making you feel better as well. Also, this comes in to encourage some cleaning of your environment. I've been feeling this energy all month. So I have been feeling like I need to purge and get rid of things. Not even sure why. I just felt intuitively like I needed to. This energy comes in to encourage that, okay? So just kind of clean your environment, get rid of things. I feel like a lot of you are already feeling this way, to kind of purge things, okay? And it ties in so beautifully with the message of that, you are not your worth is not in your belonging. So perhaps you're kind of like, I have all this stuff because I thought it would make me feel better, and I just still have all this stuff and I don't feel any better. Okay, so it's perhaps tied in with that message as well. Cleansing yourselves of those things and that mindset, and working towards the goal of feeling worthy in your own skin with or without all of those things. So that's your guidance for this week, October 10th to 16th, 2021. I hope you have a wonderful one, and I'll see you back here next week. Take care.